Hey everybody. I was just ready for my phone to do the thing. Welcome back to JT Channel, and this is kind of a very sudden video. Here comes my daughter, and don't be surprised if you hear a door open. My wife's in the house taking a shower. Hi. But I've been wanting to do a channel update. Excuse me. This is as raw as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. But I've been wanting to do a channel update this week, kind of let you guys in on what's been going on and what's coming up here on the channel. First of all, thanks to the few people that have been watching MAW from last week. I know it's my last major video. It kind of went the channel update, the top 3 MAW, and now another channel update because it's got to be that way right now. But there's a lot more coming. So, hi. You say hi? No, she's gonna play with her hair. So let you guys know what's coming up here. Obviously, this week and next week and every week concurrently, I guess, is MAW. I'm crooked now. Okay. And so MAW every Thursday. It always varies. I have 3 matches last week. 1 person watched the opening match. 7 people have watched the middle match, and like 4 people have watched the main event. It's very strange. This is driving me absolutely crazy. That's gonna have to. You guys are gonna watch all of this. You're gonna watch every second of this. Okay, that's perfect. But yeah, so it's weird with MAW because some people watch some of the matches, not everybody watches all of it, but that doesn't change anything for me. I'm still gonna do it. So thank you to the people that are watching MAW. Of course, next Thursday, March 28th, we're doing Madness, a special episode where I'm going to do War Games. It's probably going to be glitchy as hell. The Royal Rumbles, when it got to 8 people, it started being had a delay, like up to like 8 or 9 second delay, where I'd call and be like, "Oh, what a slam!" and then like 8 seconds later, the slam would happen. So there'd be 6 women in the one, and 8 men in the other. So it might have delays, might be a bit glitchy and laggy or whatever. So I just realized I'm doing a lot of moving. My ADHD is going nuts right now. But yeah, so there's that. Excuse me. An upcoming video is going to be announcing the teams for War Games. I'm not going to do that here. This is just a generic channel update. I'm not my Rich Johnson character right now. So that's one of the upcoming things. Another thing is a Try Not to Laugh. I have mentioned Trying to Laugh in almost every single one of these channel videos, but I finally convinced my wife that we need to do one. We almost did one like yesterday. But we just kind of never got around to it. But we finally decided we're going to start doing Try Not to Laughs on the channel together, and then sometimes by myself. Just more videos, I guess. I really want to get back into where I was releasing videos consistently instead of like MAW and then one other video. So I'm working on it. I'm doing that. Yes, I know. I'm working on getting into more consistent videos. It's been a while since I played FNAF or any other games. I guess that's the next big thing sorry, the weather's been nuts, so my allergies as well. I'm apologizing a lot in this video. Here we're at the 3.5 minute mark. I've adjusted it a bunch of times and playing with my daughter over here who, she's a part of this channel now. I've got my allergies going crazy and I got my Hawaiian Punch mix. And here comes my wife, too. So the door's about to open here in a second. So this is the craziest video I have ever recorded. This one and the outdoor one where you saw the cat. So speaking of what's coming up next, I mentioned Trying to Laugh in the MAW video. But there she comes. There she is. What's also coming up very soon is I'm going to start playing more video games on the channel. Of course, I'm going to go back to FNAF. I'm going to do kind of like I called it a round robin thing when I was trying to figure out how to describe this. I'm going to play FNAF 2, then I'm going to start playing FNAF 3, like for night 1 and night 2. Then I'm going to play FNAF 4, same concept. See, now here's the cat. Night 1 and night 2. And then I'm just going to kind of go around and play all the FNAFs. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over and over and over again. And yes, you have a drink too. And that's just kind of how I want to do it. And of course, I've got Ultimate Custom Night as well. So that's coming soon too. Just screwing around on Ultimate Custom Night, just so I can keep playing video games. I got those FNAF games, those 5 FNAF games, last year around Christmas time. to play on the channel. That's the only reason I got them. So I'm going to do that. But I've got other games I want to play on the channel. We got Lego games. I've got Battlefront. Got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I was playing and I freaking adore. But I got to a mission that was kind of hard to understand. So a lot of these games are going to be just for fun. No real... The Lego games I've already beaten. Odyssey I haven't. Battlefront, you just screw around. There's other options, but I just screw around on Battlefront. So a lot of times I'm just going to play a game for fun for a while. Games like that, specifically games like Battlefront and the Lego games, would be more for like channel updates like this, only instead of you having to stare at my face for 10 minutes, you would be watching me play a video game and I'd be talking and playing at the same time. Again, it's just, I hate saying it's just for content, but that is kind of the plan, is I want to get more content out. So the future plans for the channel are to be just to play more games and maybe do more talking head videos like this. But the main reason, one of the main things in the title of the video down there that I want to talk about here, and yes, I know it took 6 minutes for me to get to the important part, is that starting next month, I'll be doing another weekly show that I am tentatively calling WrestleView. It'll be a weekly show every Tuesday. I'm going to sit down with a notebook, not the notebook. I might get my own notebook. Got to get the child. And I'm going to report and review on what happened the last week in wrestling. It being Tuesdays, it's my day off, and that means I get to cover, bear with me here, I'm going to cover all the news, the big news that happens over the week. Like, I'm not going to tell you when a wrestler visits the White House. That happened recently. Becky Lynch went and visited the White House. That's cool, but that's not super important. But if, like, a wrestler gets injured like Darby Allin, broke his foot in his match with Jay White, and now can't go climb Mount Everest like he planned on doing, that's a real thing that happened. That's huge. I'm going to report on that. So I'll have the week of news. Messed my phone up again. But also, I'm going to briefly review all of the wrestling shows that take place between Tuesday and the following Monday. So that means, at the very least, NXT, which is on Tuesday nights, AEW Dynamite from Wednesday nights, Ring of Honor, and Impact Wrestling, well, TNA, that take place on Thursdays, Rampage and SmackDown take place on Fridays, and Collision on Saturdays, and of course Monday Night Raw on Mondays. That's 8. It's 8 weekly wrestling shows that I'm going to report on and slightly review. I don't have a cable plan or anything, so I don't watch wrestling like I want to, but of course there's replays and there's YouTube, and then I can just look up results. And that's basically what I'm going to do, is I'm going to run through the results of the show. Like, I'll start with NXT from the previous week and go, this happened, this happened, this happened. And then if it's a big thing, I'll kind of talk about it. Otherwise, it's just going to be running through what happened over the last week and how it's important or whatever. Obviously, waiting till next month or late this month. I should caveat, it might be late this month. It gets me towards WrestleMania. WrestleMania week is always completely insane. As a child, I almost swore. It's completely insane. You have the Raw before Wrestle. You have all the shows leading up to WrestleMania. NXT has their special Stand and Deliver, which has been 2 nights. Other wrestling companies have shows the same week or around that week. And the big thing, obviously, is how hard it's going to be to cover the SmackDown, both WrestleMania nights, and the Monday Night Raw, because I'll want to talk about that. So that might be 2 separate videos for WrestleView, which again is just the current name. I almost said permanent. That's not the permanent name. But because of how big that week is, that might be 2 separate videos where I cover specifically WrestleMania stuff, and then maybe I cover everything else. Now, on top of that, I'd like to point out that I'm more specifically, if you didn't notice, talking about the big wrestling companies. WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, TNA, and even New Japan. I didn't mention New Japan. I don't know what their weekly shows are like or when they are. You can tell me if you want, but don't expect me to keep up with their weekly stuff, but I might keep up with their pay-per-views. And that's the other thing. If I cover the 8 weekly shows, but there's also a pay-per-view over that weekend, I got to cover that too, or I'm going to. That's no offense to like Game Changer Wrestling or any of the other smaller promotions. GCW is just, I always consider them the 5th big promotion just because people really like GCW. So yeah, that's the big announcement. A weekly wrestling review show where I'll talk about the news. My phone is messed up again. I'll talk about all the big news that's happened over the last week, and I'll cover all the wrestling shows. That seems like a lot, but I don't have the time to do it daily. I'm no Simon Miller, but the eventual idea is for me to do that someday. Come here, you don't have to snuggle every time. Just come here. I will say here at near the end of the video, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I mean a lot. There is a chance that I'm going to start a specific channel for wrestling. Having a second channel would be just a tad bit overwhelming, but WrestleView isn't the only wrestling thing I want to do. Wrestling is, I always joke, I say joke, but I always say that wrestling is the one thing that's never let me down, even when it was garbage from 2009 to 2014. I always have wrestling to turn back to, no matter what kind of mood I'm in or whatever. Even music has screwed me over in the past. Bands will release songs that suck. Even when wrestling sucked, it was still there for me. So wrestling is so important to me that I feel like it deserves its own spot on my channel, but I don't want this channel to flourish because of wrestling, and then the people that watch my wrestling videos don't watch anything else, or vice versa. Everyone watches my gaming and my talking head videos, but they don't watch the wrestling videos. So WrestleView will be on this channel at the start because I don't know if starting a second channel is a good idea or a bad idea. But just keep an eye out for potentially me starting a second channel that will be specifically wrestling based if I start a second channel. All the stuff that has been on this channel will stay on this channel, but there's just a chance I'm moving over. So I guess that's it. It was a lot this time. I'll admit it was a lot, but there's more gameplay coming. I promise. I never said I promise. I promise we're doing Triumphs and Laughs soon, even if it's just me. I miss doing them already, but my wife has agreed to start doing them with me. So those are coming soon. And of course, like I said, a weekly wrestling review show. I do not have the exact start date yet. It'll either be the week before WrestleMania, the week of WrestleMania, somewhere around there, very end of this month, very beginning of next month. So thank you, everybody who's been keeping up with the channel. And again, if you're watching MAW, I hope you're enjoying it. Look out for the MAW War Games team announcement video. It'll probably be released Wednesday. I might film it tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. And then, of course, MAW this week. And, of course, next week, the big show, MAW Madness. Not Paul White big show, but big event. But until next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next if you have anything you're looking forward to. But until then, this is JT Channel. I am JT, and we will all see you next time.